How we doing, guys? It's me, Mr. Drake, and I am sat on a cold floor for you because today I'm bringing you a series of exercises that you can do from the comfort of your own home, so that if you haven't got a gym membership, no problem, you can still keep fit and get in shape. If you have got a gym membership and you're not using it, get rid of that nonsense. And if you've got a gym membership but you could be doing your exercise at home, again, get rid of it and use that extra money towards your debt or your future wealth. Because I was a personal trainer for 5 years, working in gyms that whole time, and I honestly believed that you had to be part of a gym or be a member of a gym in order to achieve your fitness or your strength goals. Over time, since I've been away from gyms, that philosophy has shifted somewhat, and I've become more aware of how we can train in our surroundings. And I think it's possible that you can achieve a great physique, a fantastic level of endurance or fitness, and a good base level of strength just by training in your home and using equipment that's already around you. Because when the why is strong enough, the how becomes easy. For this video, I'm going to have a glamorous assistant show you how to do the exercises on screen while I narrate over the top. I'm also going to keep some space for some captions and notes on the screen as well, and I'll also have a colour coding system. For each colour, it represents a different form of outcome from your training. So we've got blue, which represents physique training. So if you want to look good, build up the kind of the glamour muscles. If you want to get strong, I'm going to show you the strength-based exercises with red. And if you want to improve your fitness or your endurance, that's going to be purple. As best I can, I'm going to show you the progressions and variations of the exercises so that you can start at a base level where you feel comfortable and strong and you can build up over time.
Starting in the press-up position, there are 3 variations: knees in, knees back, or the full press-up on your toes. The most important bit is to make sure your core is strong and you don't have a back sinking or arching. On mine, it looks like my back is sinking, but that's where my shoulder blades are pushing back. From my neck through to my hips, there is actually a straight line. Through all 3 variations, you want to keep your shoulders over your hands. Alright, get on with it, come on. Onto the plank position, very similar to the press up. You've got 2 positions on your knees, or you can raise up onto your toes. Again, keep the core strong, keep the shoulders this time over the elbows, and you again want to keep that back straight. Keep your head looking down so that your spine runs in a straight line. If you're looking up, you're building a curve in the spine.
Side planks work similarly to planks in that you have 2 key positions. One is on a single leg with a knee bent, or with both legs straight. You want to keep your weight bearing shoulder over your elbow, and then the second, the free shoulder, you want to keep it square or in line with the weight bearing shoulder, so you're not rotated left or right. Keep your back straight so your bum's not sticking out or you're not leaning forward. You've also got the option of doing hip lifts if you want to make it a little bit more challenging. Now, looking at squat variations, the 3 key points here are head up looking forward, arms out in front, feet shoulder width apart. As you go into your squat, you want to make sure you're sticking your bum out in order to keep your back straight. As you'll see from the side on here, the head up is up looking forward, the hands stay up to keep the back straight, and you stick the bum out as you lower down. The weight wants to stay on the heels of your feet. Now if you struggle with squats getting back up, you can rest on a chair and then drive up from the chair. So you can gently lower yourself down into a chair, relax, and then drive through. If you're more advanced, you can go into a little hop and drive out of the squat into a landing.
Your abs are the ultimate physique muscle. If they look good, you feel good. Working on your abs, there's a few exercises I recommend. One of them is cross crunches, so driving your elbow to the opposite knee. You want to make sure that your offside elbow is down to the ground as you lift the working elbow. To develop this exercise a little more, you can bring your feet off the ground and cycle through left and right. The hands behind the head help to gently support the weight of your head, but don't pull on your neck. This exercise is a little more advanced and it takes a little bit of practice to keep your balance. You want to use your hands on the chair to stabilize your balance, but you don't want to pull or drive with the arms. Our final abs exercises bring us back to the press up position, still keeping a strong core and a straight back. You're going to drive your knee in to the gap between your arms and squeeze your abs on the way through. The final one, in a press up position, you're going to drive your knees out to the side to touch the side of the arm. So your left knee will touch your left arm, your right knee will touch your right arm. You can do this from your knees or in a full press up position. Because we're training from home, we haven't got to feel awkward about doing hip thrusts around people. Hip thrusts are great for building a booty. So you want to lay flat on your back, keep a small gap between your lower back and your bum and the floor. You want to push your hips through, keeping a nice strong core. You can also make this harder by doing it one leg at a time. This increases the weight pressure on the muscle. This is another exercise that in the confines of your own home you feel fine doing. I call them free fallers because you're in that free fall position with your hands out to the side and your feet shoulder width apart. You want to try and lift your limbs as high off the floor as possible, using your glutes as stability and strength. Burpees are fantastic because they make you feel like you've done a lot in a short amount of time. There are 3 variations. You can either step your feet through at the bottom, or you can choose to jump your feet through as you're just seeing. You can also add a jump at the top, which you'll soon see. The reason burpees are so explosive is because they use every muscle group in the body for each rep. There are 1,000,001 Zumba step exercise videos on YouTube. You just have to pick your favorite presenter and plug yourself in. They normally take up about 6 feet in space, so you could do them in your bedroom if you wanted to, and they're good fun and a good workout. So now we're going to utilize a really simple piece of kit, a cloth. A cloth on a slippery or a shiny floor is going to give you a whole new design to your exercises, like you're seeing here with these lunges. When you lunge, you want your shoulders to be above your hips, and you want your weight to be through the heel of your front foot. You can also do the lunges to the side. Again, you want your weight to go through the heel of your front foot, and you want your chest and your shoulders to be upright looking forward. Now if we add both feet to the cloth, we'll be able to do a variation of an ab thruster, which we did earlier, where we drive both knees in. Again, you want to keep a strong core and try and keep your back as straight as possible. This one is going to rip your abs apart. This next exercise isn't one you're likely to need very often, but it helps to develop strength in your hamstrings, which may help with postural or speed training. You want to keep your hips off the floor, and using the cloth, slide your heels in towards your bum. You're going to feel this one burn through the back of your leg. We're all done with the cloth for now, so we're going to fold it up, keep it nice and tidy, and put it away in a nice safe place. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, shazam! So now we've created disposable and expendable weights, sort of like dumbbells, but around the home. Here you can see me using one of them for a side raise. It has a handy little handle on it as well. I'm also going to show you a front raise. Both of these exercises focus on building the shoulder, but in slightly different areas. What you want to avoid is haunching your shoulders up. You want to make sure you keep your shoulders square and flat, nice strong core, and you raise in front or to the side with a straight arm. You can also incorporate these weights into other exercises we've already discussed in the video. So here you can see it being used through a squat. You can hold it tight to your body, or you can extend your arms and use it as an extension of weight with a longer lever. Both ways, it adds to your overall weight and increases the difficulty. Oh, well, what do we have here? This bag, combined with the weights in front of me, will actually allow me to turn my weight into kettlebells. The kettlebell is a weight with a handle on it. This handle on the bag is slightly too large, so I needed to use a bag higher up. There we go. This is a kettlebell swing. In order to make sure you stay safe in a kettlebell swing, you need to follow the discipline of a squat and then just swing the weight in front of you. So you want weight on your heels, feet shoulder width apart, and as you'll see here, you want to keep your chest up with a nice straight back, focusing on a high point on a wall. So you can see there, keeping the back straight, sticking the bum out, and swinging the weight out in front. Alright, that's enough, we get it, good boy. By this point, I was starting to have a little bit of fun, a bit of more magic. No, never mind. Oi! There he goes. He's having a whale of a time, isn't he? This is Russian twists. Russian twists, you want to focus on keeping your chest facing up, keeping your back straight, and controlling the weight through left to right. And here I'm adding the weight to an ab crunch, so that extra weight just makes it a little bit harder to reach at the top end. And if you don't have a bottle, but you do have a baby, they also make for great weights. Just make sure that whenever you do exercises, you're taking the kids' safety into mind and no throwing them around too recklessly. You can use them for things like squats or crunches, as I have been.
When I was a personal trainer, I was asked the same 3 questions countless times. So I'm going to go through those for you as well, just to save you flooding the comment section. The first one is, what time should I train? The second one is, how long should I train? And the third one is, how many times a week should I train? Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Because unless you're training to reach an elite level in a sports discipline, exercise whenever you can. There's a couple of times that I don't recommend training. One of them is directly after eating. Your body uses energy to metabolize and digest the food that you've ate. So if you're exercising, it has to redirect the energy away from digestion and metabolization. It also makes you feel rough. I recommend giving it 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending on the size of the meal. And if you've had a light snack, you should be fine within 15-20 minutes. The other time I don't recommend training is directly before bedtime. This is because your heart rate's going to be up, your muscles are going to be starved and they're going to need fuel, so you're going to need to eat some food, and your adrenaline is going to be racing. These 3 things do not bode well for a good night's sleep. Alternatively, you can get your day off to a fantastic start by working out just after you wake up, because it's going to boost your metabolism ready for breakfast, and the endorphins from working out are going to put you in a great frame of mind to get that day off on a great start. Once again, you're not Dwayne Johnson, Michael Phelps or Serena Williams. You're not training to that standard. So you're not going to need 2 hours of weight training followed by 2 hours of cardio. All you need is 4 intense 30-minute sessions a week. That's going to put you on path to your goals as long as you stay consistent over time, which leads me to question number 3. If your aim is to look and feel good with exercise, you need to make peace with the fact that you're going to be doing 2 hours of intense training a week for the rest of your life. Now that can be 2 1-hour sessions, or it could be 4 half-an-hour sessions, even 6 20-minute sessions a week. The more days you're able to consistently train, the more of a habit it's going to become for you, and the better you're going to feel off the back of it. And also, the more time you're able to contribute towards your exercise, the greater the results you're going to see. Think of exercise like Netflix. It is just a subscription service. The only difference between them is that Netflix is paid monthly and exercise is paid weekly. If you miss your payments in exercise, you don't lose everything, you just begin regressing and you lose some of the gains that you've made over time. And if you wanted to cancel your membership to exercise, no problem, you can have your 2 hours a week back, but you're going to start to progressively lose all the gains that you've made in your health over time as well. The good news is, exercise doesn't cost a penny. Well, at least it doesn't have to. All it costs is 2 hours a week of intense exercise. There are some of you out there that are overachievers who will want to do more than 2 hours a week, and that's fine. 2 hours is your baseline. But make sure you're not overtraining. You'll be aware if you're overtraining because you'll be more prone to injury, you'll pick up injuries easier, and you'll feel physically fatigued. So make sure you're not overtraining, and make sure you're feeding your body to recover and stay in good health. I'll put a couple of links in the description. They're not going to be specific guidelines on how you should eat, they're just going to be guidelines on how people should eat in order to stay healthy and feed their muscles. Now, today's video has been about staying strong, but this series is all about staying cash flow strong and turning your wages into wealth. So I will see you in the next video. I can't wait. Have a lovely day, guys. Take care. Bye.